Today I'm going to show you how to make a clay animal. You'll start by leaving a little bit of your clay off to the side for details like the head and if you want feathers or wings attached to it. Then you take your clay, roll it into a ball. If it's feeling a little dry, you put a little bit of water on your fingers and smooth it out. Then you're going to roll it into a coil. I'm doing it on my mat so I don't get clay on the table. Normally, you would roll a coil about the thickness that's a little bit bigger than your pinky but smaller than your thumb. But today, you want yours to start out a little thicker because you're going to have to cut it to make the legs for your animal. So I'll start with my coil about 2 fingers thickness. Then I take a cutting tool. I could use this one. I can use a pencil, a wood piece. Any of these will work. And I'm going to cut down the middle. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, leaving just a little bit in the middle that is not cut. Now I have 4 legs. I'll stand my animal up by separating those 2 legs in the front and curving them and separating the 2 legs in the back. Now it's looking a little dry right there, so I'm going to smooth some water on. And if you want your legs to be skinnier than what you see, you could take your tool again and smooth it out. Then, if I want feet, I'm going to turn it in. Now, this animal does not have to be real. It could be a real animal. It could be imaginary. It could be a combination of several animals. It could represent something important to you. It is up to you. You might notice I'm trimming a little bit. These front feet are a little bit bigger than I wanted. So I'm trimming and then I'm squishing the clay and smoothing it with a little bit of water. Now I'm going to add a head and a neck. So I'll take another piece of clay and roll it into a coil about the thickness of my thumb. If I just try and set it on, it's going to fall right off. I have to do scratch and attach. So I take a tool that has a sharp point and I put a lot of scratches. They look like a ton of X's. I do that on the bottom of the neck also. And then I get a little water on both parts and I have to actually squish the clay on. If you don't do this, there's a good chance your head will fall off. So now I have a head and a neck, and I can add any other details that I want. If I want my animal to be smooth, to have a smooth texture, I'll put a lot of water on it. Not too much, but I don't want it to turn to mud. If I want it to have kind of a furry texture, I could use a tool like this to add fur. I can use the pencil to make eyes. Maybe this is a happy little animal. That's his nose, and you can have fur on here. So after you have the main form, you can add any textures or details you want. Make sure you carve your name and your class code on the bottom. If you need help, raise your hand. Hello.